Hey, morning guys. It is November the 11th and we are getting ready to move our giraffes that have been here for about a week over into what will end up being their permanent pasture with shelter for the winter time. And we've got a nice contingency of volunteers that are going to help us just move them at liberty up through our sacrifice or dry lot area and then on across into where they're going to be. You will see a electric fence that is set up on their side once we get them to the other side, other pasture, and that's to keep them from coming up to our barbless wire fences and perhaps striking and then tearing the whole fence down. So we're wanting to keep them away from that fence line a little bit until we're able to integrate them into the herd. So here we go. Go ahead and go. You're ready. Good. All right. Again, these are very nicely halter trained horses. We're not, Jess, you're in the way. You need to go with Tina. Thank you. There we go. We're not choosing not to halter them because they're not halter trained, but so they can learn to figure things out on their own. So we give them lots of choices. Okay, guys, everybody kind of stay here and walk this way. Okay, as long as they walk up that path, we're good. Good. They're excited. They know there have been horses up here on the hill. Our volunteers are performing what we call a sweep. Slow down, guys. They slowed down, we slow down. You guys see a big hole over here to my left? Good job, Rebecca. Thank you. Good. Here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Trying to avoid falling down while I'm videotaping this. It's not easy on the pasture. Okay, stop a minute. Where do we need them to go? Okay, Sam, come on up. Get in line with us. Tina, we need you to go to the left a little bit just to help them through the gate. Good. Come on, Gunner, go through the gate. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Come on, biggin. Let's go. Okay, stop. So we don't make him not want to come this way. Tina, your sweep, go on in. My side stops. There we go. Perfect.
Is that him making that sound?
Yeah, he's just doing a little snort. He's smelling things. Okay. Good. Tina, go ahead and sweep up. Perfect. You guys, we can close in now. Not too much though. Stop on my side. More energy on Tina's side. Good. Good boy. Go ahead and sweep up, Rebecca. Not too much. Okay, good. Good. See how your energy translates? Perfect. Okay, this group, come on up so they don't come back out of that area. Perfect. Let's close the gates. That old saying, does this horse make my butt look little? The answer is yes. So we're in sacrifice and we're going to allow all these two guys to explore and smell all the smells that are present in the manure here in sacrifice. They can learn a lot. Don't run over me, buddy. Thank you. He's over here. You're all right. Good boy. Good. And then once they have exhausted their curiosity, we'll move them over the other way. That's all right, guys. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Hi. Hi, gorgeous. Oh, darn. I missed a beautiful picture of him. But that's okay. He's beautiful anyway. Good. Come on by. Good. So the boys went down into our fat camp area and are exploring that. So we're letting them do a little exploration before we turn them back around and send them here into sacrifice. And then here, sorry, don't want to make you sick, into this pasture where they'll be for a while while they become more familiar with the herd. Okay, got them turned around. So here we go. All right, they're back in sacrifice. And now we're going to direct them toward an open gate here in just a second. Good, there's one. Good, right on through. Here comes the other. Good job. Okay, guys, move. Move on up, sweep in. Boom. Good, Jill, close your gate. Perfect. Rebecca, close your gate. All right. They learned an awful lot doing that by themselves without us having them on halter, which would have kind of like holding your kid's hand. You'd have done it for them. So now they're in a different pasture and we're getting their feed bowls settled. They've got hay. Inside that building is water. And then we'll be out here to watch and see how they interact when we release the horses here to the herd. So we just moved Emanon and Thorn from where they were over in what is now going to be called probably the draft pasture for a while. And we moved them over here. They're going to have a new friend meet them in the next week or so. That horse's name, ooh, sorry about that. That horse's name is Liam. And so we'll have these 3 boys here in this pasture. So Thorn and Emanon don't understand why their life got rocked. So they're trying to figure things out from a very new perspective. Yeah. Anxiety is normal for horses, and that's why you don't worry about it. You don't get upset about it. You just direct the energy as you can. When they're at liberty like this, you just stay out of the way. Go figure out your new space, boys. So we're releasing the herd now. Oh, look over there, Emanon and Thorn. Oh, and they just saw, we've got 2 horses over there they're familiar with, but they're in the wrong place. And those 2 boys are talking already. So they're trying to figure out, do we go over there and see who that is? Oh, we know you. Or do we come over here and see the new guys? Because again, Emanon and Thorn were moved to that pasture. Let's see what happens. So these 2 guys, based on what I understand of their history, they have been together without any other horses the majority of their lifetime, or at least together. And so for them to figure out what it's going to be like to live in a bigger herd is going to be an interesting dynamic. So let's see how everybody, again, we've got them separated with the electric fence, electric rope fence, I should clarify, so they can't actually strike through the barbless wire fence. That's our social butterfly. She always has to be the first one to say hello to people. People being horses. You're going to get shocked, buddy. Hopefully the ground's wet enough to bump you good. Yeah. We're so dry here that we had to hook the fence up to actually some wire to increase the possibility of them getting a little bit of a zap. This is not painful. Well, I can't say it's not painful. It is not damaging in any way, shape, or form. And unfortunately, with large livestock, cows and big horses, and even smaller horses sometimes, you have to be willing to allow them to learn about their perimeter. And once they learn about electric fence, they're generally very... Thank you, I'll be there in just a minute. They're usually very respectful. So hopefully that little electric fence that you can barely see, electric rope fence, hopefully that works out nicely. These guys are all coming out for hay. Again, they can't quite figure out why Emanon and Thorn are over in the other pasture when they've been over here. Simply because, as I've said before, they're troublemakers. They like to chase the mares and harass the geldings, so it's better to have a fence between them. The nice thing about running a large herd is that the horses get pretty used to new horses coming and pasture mates going to new homes, and so it kind of takes down a lot of the stress, which if this was a closed herd, then there would probably be a little more of a dynamic. That mare that you see walking right there, the chestnut mare with the large star, that's our herd boss mare. That's our alpha mare. And if she comes over and says hello to the guys which her interest is, I don't know, waning. Interested and then waning. But if she comes over and says, hey, you guys are okay, then there will be pretty clear that the peace in the valley will be established. These are our curious geldings. The three amigos. Dawson is closest to me, Elohim is next, and the black is Aro. Elo says, I'm a big guy. You don't intimidate me. And Elo is kind of our biggest guy on the property until these guys came along, and he looks pretty small standing up there, don't he? And then the black and white is Diogi, and Diogi is a little bit taller at the withers, but his headset is lower, so he doesn't look quite as big. There we go. Fortunately, nobody's going to strike across that steel pipe and create problems for us. Then there's Dawson coming in. Dawson thinks he's our enforcer. And then that's a typical hello. So the nose to nose is, I want to smell you. Then there's, oops, you got a little bit of a zap, didn't you? And then there's always generally some sort of either a strike with a squeal, or in that case, a rare with a squeal. And then I'm bored. I'll walk away. I figured out what I needed. So I would expect Elohim, the big buckskin, to walk away, and then Dawson to have a walk away as well, and then Aro. Anyway, looks like it's going to be peaceful. That's a good thing. Nikki is very curious about Gunner.